When you hear the name Kim Jong Un, what comes to mind? A secretive dictator, a nuclear threat, or maybe a leader shrouded in mystery? Today we're diving deep into a side of Kim Jong Un that few get to see, the astonishing $5 billion fortune behind North Korea's elusive supreme leader. Despite ruling one of the world's poorest countries, Kim Jong Un lives a life of unimaginable luxury, from sprawling luxury palaces scattered across the nation to a jaw-dropping collection of luxury cars, Rolls-Royces, Lamborghinis, Mercedes-Benz. His extravagance is almost unimaginable, but it doesn't stop there. Imagine cruising through North Korea aboard Kim's private train, an armored moving fortress with bulletproof windows, weapons, and even a helicopter on board, or sailing on his massive private yacht, a $7 million floating palace designed for elegance and power. How rich is Kim Jong Un? How does he maintain such a lavish lifestyle while his people face harsh sanctions, famine, and isolation? Inside Kim Jong Un's luxury lifestyle, we'll explore not only his extravagant spending habits, but also how his family fortune supports a regime that balances secrecy with spectacle. His private jet and luxury palaces aren't just symbols of wealth, they're tools of power, projecting strength in a country built on control and fear. But why is Kim Jong Un trending now? Beyond the luxury, Kim is actively reshaping North Korea's military and geopolitical stance. From deepening military ties with Russia to expanding nuclear capabilities and modernizing his navy, Kim's ambitions extend far beyond his lavish lifestyle. The world watches nervously as North Korea quietly enhances its uranium enrichment and builds new warships capable of carrying nuclear weapons. In a world where power is often measured by wealth and influence, Kim Jong-un's $5 billion fortune tells a story of contrasts, a man living in opulence while commanding a nation under heavy sanctions and global scrutiny. Join us as we peel back the curtain on Kim Jong-un's extravagant life, his luxury cars, private jet, train, yachts, and palaces, and uncover what it really means to hold power in one of the most secretive regimes on Earth. Welcome to Loyal Luxury, where we explore the hidden world of power, prestige, and unimaginable wealth. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on one of the most mysterious and controversial leaders of our time, Kim Jong Un. From sprawling palaces and bulletproof trains to a garage filled with Rolls-Royces and a $7 million private yacht, Kim's luxury lifestyle is unlike any other. But this isn't just a story about extravagance. It's about how a man builds a billion-dollar empire while ruling one of the world's poorest nations. Join us as we explore the secret world of Kim Jong Un, where power, luxury, and intrigue collide. Let's get started. Chapter 1. Early Life and Education. Born on January 8, 1983, or possibly 1984, in Pyongyang, North Korea, Kim Jong-un came into the world as the youngest son of Kim Jong-il and his third wife, Ko Young-hwae. Much of his early childhood is hidden in the shadows, as with most things related to North Korea's ruling family. But in the 1990s, a remarkable chapter unfolded when Kim was quietly sent to Switzerland. Under the alias Pak Un, he attended the International School of Bern, living with an aunt and uncle in a modest suburban home. By all accounts, he was a shy, reserved student who struggled with German but excelled in math. An avid basketball fan, he admired the Chicago Bulls and was often spotted in Nike shoes and Western-style clothing. In those years, he was exposed to ideas far from North Korea's borders, learning about democracy, human rights, and leaders like Martin Luther King Jr. and Nelson Mandela. Yet this taste of a different world ended abruptly when his father called him home in 2001. Kim returned to North Korea and later attended Kim Il-sung Military University, where he began shaping the path that would define his future. Chapter 2. Rise to Power. He was the youngest of Kim Jong-il's 3 sons, yet when his father died in December 2011, it was Kim Jong-un who emerged as the chosen heir. At just 27, with virtually no political or military experience, he inherited one of the world's most secretive nations. North Korean media quickly called him the great successor, cementing his place at the top. But this rise didn't happen overnight. As early as 2009, Kim was quietly placed in key roles, added as a candidate for the Supreme People's Assembly, and appointed to the powerful National Defense Commission. By mid-2009, he was called the Brilliant Comrade and put in charge of the State Security Department. In 2010, despite never serving in the military, he was promoted to 4-star general right before the Workers' Party met for the first time in decades. Once in power, he acted quickly and decisively, removing his father's loyalists terrorists, purging rivals, and reshaping the government, all to secure his position as the new link in the Mount Paektu bloodline, the dynasty that has ruled North Korea since its founding. Chapter 3: Military Achievements and Nuclear Program. Kim Jong Un's biggest legacy is reshaping North Korea's military and nuclear strength. Under his command, weapons development surged, with numerous nuclear tests and increasingly advanced missile launches. In 2017, North Korea announced it had built a hydrogen bomb for an intercontinental ballistic missile, a breakthrough that shook the world. By 2022, the pace grew, with record missile launches, including one over Japan. Kim promised an invincible military, framing these advances as vital for defending North Korea. He unveiled new technologies too: hypersonic missiles, submarine-launched weapons, and a military spy satellite launched in November 2022. Through it all, Kim made the nuclear program the cornerstone of his rule, honoring the legacy of his father and grandfather. Embracing the Byung-jin policy, he pushed economic and military growth together. Despite sanctions and global pressure, he declared in 2023 that North Korea will remain a nuclear powerhouse for years to come. Chapter 4: Leadership Style and Domestic Policy. Kim Jong Un doesn't just rule North Korea, he commands it, shaping its future with an iron fist and calculated moves. Unlike his father, who preferred the shadows, Kim steps into the spotlight, appearing at military events, ribbon cuttings, and factory tours to project strength and vision. Early on, he shook up the state. He brought back regular meetings of the Workers' Party, using them to guide policy and cement control. At the same time, he experimented with reform without opening, modest economic changes meant to spark growth while keeping a tight political grip. Kim pushed for new buildings, new roads, and new farms. By 2023, he claimed victories in agriculture and celebrated housing and irrigation projects across the country. Yet behind this image of progress, fear lingered. Under his rule, purges and brutal crackdowns silenced dissent. In early 2015 alone, South Korean intelligence said 15 officials were executed for questioning him. In Kim's North Korea, loyalty is life, and disloyalty can mean death. Chapter 5: Luxury Lifestyle. While most North Koreans struggle to make ends meet, Kim Jong Un lives like a king. Despite sanctions and a struggling economy, he's built a world of unimaginable luxury for himself and his family. Spread across North Korea are roughly 17 palaces, including the massive Ryongsong Residence, a sprawling estate the size of Heathrow Airport, hidden deep in forests, behind walls and gates, and protected by an elite army of 120,000. Inside, it's a playground for the elite, a 50-meter swimming pool with a giant water slide, banquet halls, a spa, sports fields, and 3 artificial lakes. Dennis Rodman once compared a stay with Kim to a week-long party in Ibiza, hinting at how over-the-top it can be. Then there's the cars. A garage of Rolls-Royces, Range Rovers, Lamborghinis, and a $200,000 Mercedes Maybach that appeared in 2024 despite UN sanctions. To Kim, luxury is a statement of power, a reminder that even in a nation of scarcity, he lives beyond its borders. Chapter 6: Net Worth and Financial Resources. Kim Jong Un's personal fortune is estimated at around $5 billion, hidden in more than 200 foreign bank accounts across countries like China, Switzerland, Russia, and Luxembourg. Many hold hundreds of millions in cash, making his wealth almost untouchable. But it's not just money in the bank. Kim owns a private jet and a luxury yacht, a 95-foot Princess yacht valued at $7 million, with elegant suites and spacious decks for up to 10 guests. He even has a private train nicknamed the Moving Fortress. This armored train has 21 carriages, bulletproof windows, weapons, and even a helicopter for emergencies. It's slow, moving just 37 miles per hour because of all the heavy armor. Despite international sanctions, Kim keeps acquiring luxury items through secret channels. His enormous wealth stands in sharp contrast to the struggles of everyday North Koreans, drawing criticism worldwide. Chapter 7: Personal Life and Family. Kim Jong Un is married to Ri Sol-ju, a former singer who stepped into the spotlight as his wife in 2012, though they likely married around 2009. Their union was reportedly arranged by Kim's father after he suffered a stroke. Unlike past North Korean leaders, Kim openly shows Ri at official events, often dressed in expensive designer clothes. The couple is believed to have 3 children, but details are scarce. Their daughter, Kim Ju-ae, gained rare public attention when Dennis Rodman mentioned her in 2009. 2013, and later, in 2022, state media showed Kim holding her hand at a missile test site, a rare glimpse into his private life. Kim's family includes his powerful sister, Kim Yo-jong, a key advisor, and an older brother, Kim Jong-chol, who was passed over for leadership. His family history is dark, marked by deadly purges. He executed his uncle in 2013 and is believed to have ordered the assassination of his half-brother in 2017. In Kim's world, family loyalty is a dangerous game. Chapter 8: Diplomatic Relations and International Standing. Kim Jong Un's approach to diplomacy is a high-stakes game of push and pull. Early in his rule, North Korea ramped up nuclear tests and missile launches, sparking global alarm and worsening tensions. But in 2018, Kim surprised the world by sitting down for historic summits with South Korea and then US President Donald Trump, the first ever meeting between a sitting US president and a North Korean leader. Though the talks generated hope, they ultimately fell short of lasting deals on denuclearization or sanctions relief. After negotiations collapsed, Kim doubled down on ties with allies China and Russia, balancing independence with reliance on these powerful neighbors. Putin's 2024 visit to Pyongyang highlighted growing Russian support amid global isolation. Kim mixes threats with diplomacy to keep leverage, never giving up North Korea's nuclear arsenal, his regime's ultimate security blanket. Meanwhile, the world condemns North Korea's harsh human rights abuses, including brutal prison camps. Despite criticism, Kim has cemented North Korea's role as a nuclear power and remains a key, if controversial, player on the global stage. Kim Jong Un is one of the most enigmatic and controversial leaders of our time. Rising to power amid secrecy and uncertainty, he's crafted a leadership style blending ruthless control with strategic boldness. Behind his public appearances lies a world of luxury and immense wealth, a stark contrast to the hardship faced by ordinary North Koreans. His family ties, marked by loyalty but also brutal purges, show just how high the stakes are in his regime. On the world stage, Kim plays a complex game, flashing moments of diplomacy to break isolation, then returning to threats and nuclear tests to maintain leverage. Despite international sanctions and widespread criticism, Kim has managed to secure his grip on power, keeping North Korea isolated yet undeniably influential as a nuclear state. His story is a powerful reminder of how leadership, power, and survival often intertwine in unexpected and dangerous ways. In the end, understanding Kim Jong Un means looking beyond headlines into the deep and complicated reality of a man shaping one of the world's most secretive nations. Thank you for joining us on Loyal Luxury, where we reveal the hidden stories behind the world's most powerful and wealthy leaders. Kim Jong Un's life is a glimpse into a realm where power and luxury intertwine. A reminder that even behind closed doors, history is being made. Stay tuned for our next episode, where we explore the intriguing world of Vladimir Putin. Watch it here. See you next time.